Hello, everyone, and welcome to Below the Whistle Sports. Thank you for tuning in for another live and exciting show. It's the 22-23 season. Oh, my goodness, my team. But I'll talk about that much more when we get into the show. But first, let me introduce my co-host, Mr. Stephen Rubain. How you doing, sir?
I am doing amazing this week. A whole lot to talk about. We got a lot to get into.
Yeah, I'm a little punch drunk. I went to SoFi this week and watched the mutilation of my team.
You watched it in person. I had to. I mean, it's bad enough to watch it on TV, but when you're there live and see it in front of your own eyes, it has to be painful.
People don't understand what you go through as a diehard fan, and you go to these stadiums and then the ridicule, the walk of shame when you leave. Oh my goodness, it's terrible. It's terrible.
I had to check back it out. So I see no bruises on him, so he didn't get into any fights. So I was a little concerned. Remember last week I said, please let him walk out there and not get into any trouble.
Hey, you know what? They added insult to injury. I'm walking out. I'm not talking to nobody, Steve. I'm making the beeline toward the parking lot to get out of here to go hop in the car with my wife and get away from the stadium fast as possible. Because every fan I'm walking by, they got something to say.
Oh yeah, no, I've been there before. Believe me, I've been there. There's no worse feeling than when you go into an opposing team stadium and you lose the game, and you're wearing your gear, and they just give you all the grief in the world.
And I'm geared up. I'm geared up from head to toe. Shoes, socks, everything. Hey, I'm gonna tell you, I got halfway in the parking lot, and I ran into about 5 to 7 Rams fans.
Yeah.
And they all came up and hugged me. That's
like the ultimate insult.
Oh, they shook my hand and I couldn't even talk mean to them.
No, you can say nothing. Nothing.
I just, a good job. You guys did it. Cali Cat Pack, Roaring Riot. But Matt Rule is gone. So, we got to toughen this season out. We got to toughen it out.
But we got some things to talk about, though. This new coach is coming in and laying down the law.
Hey, Mr. Wilkes, you know what I'm saying? Let's put the news up there. Let's get into this news. Hey, Steve.
Well, let's start with the news. First of all, let's talk about Mr. Wilkes.
Let's talk about it.
Wow. Game this week against the Rams, he decided to send the guy home early.
Yeah. Mr. Anderson.
Mr. Anderson.
Well,
I guess Mr. Anderson decided, I'm not happy about Matt Rule being fired, so I'm going to leave the team as soon as possible.
I don't think he wasn't happy about Matt Rule being fired.
That's what it looked like to me.
It looked like he's tired of a way of feeling on a team where, we fans, we look at the team and we see them playing. We see us not going anywhere. Imagine being on the field, being wide open, or you think you're wide open, and the team is playing so mediocre where it's like they're not even trying. Imagine that.
Let me speak about Robbie Anderson. Because as someone who's had him on my fantasy teams before, this man is the biggest, seem like he's going to do something, teases you, and does nothing for you. So I don't have any sympathy for him because I looked at his stats, 7 years in the league. He's had a 1,000-yard season. This season, he has 12 catches for under 205 yards.
Hey.
Inexcusable.
You know what? If he threw the ball to himself, I would be on your side, Steve. But since Robbie Anderson's coming to this league,
7 years.
No. Since Robbie Anderson's coming to the league, what teams has he played for?
Okay, we can talk about that. The
Jets, and then who else?
The Panthers.
Oh, wait a minute. Since he's been in the league, Steve, what quarterbacks has thrown him the ball?
But the Jets, I can't remember. They had so many bad quarterbacks, I can't remember. I think one was Sam Darnold, though.
Definitely one with Sam Darnold, but wait a minute, did you say bad quarterbacks?
Hey, there's a bad quarterbacks. I'm not gonna lie.
See, this is what I talk about you when you spew your hate, Steve. Now, if he was on the team with Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, wait, because you've already spewed your hate against this man, and I kind of like I like a person who wants to win. I like a person that shows emotion on that sideline. I like a person that gets in there and it pumps everybody up. Come on, man, let's do this. You like the company guy that just punch me in the face and it'll be okay. Hit me in the face and I'll take another, please.
Okay, well, let's talk about that then.
Let's talk
you
about it.
You want to bring that up?
Let's talk about it. He's had nobody throwing to him, but you just tried to blame a wide receiver for having lackluster seasons.
Absolutely.
With mediocre quarterbacks. Wait a minute. Wait. Do you consider DJ Moore a top 10 wide receiver?
He got more. What was that? I'm sure DJ Moore, if we look at his stats, if you want to pull his stats up, I bet he's doing a lot better than 12 receptions for 200 yards.
But what I'm saying is, do you consider him a top 10 wide receiver?
Is DJ Moore getting the same quarterback thrown to him that Robbie Anderson is?
True.
Now Megatron made it to the Hall of Fame, and he had that bum quarterback Matthew Stafford throw it to him. Now, greatness rises to the top. I'm just saying, Robbie Anderson is just he's not in a position to be showing up a coach on the sidelines. If I was a coach, I would, before I threw him out of the game, I would have told him, why don't you get out there and get open sometime?
Okay.
Why don't you make some catches sometime before you start trying to challenge me?
Steve, I have DJ Moore's stats right here.
Go ahead, please.
He has 204 yards.
Ooh.
He has 204 yards, Steve.
But then who's getting all the catches for the team then? If DJ Moore got
Christian
200.
McCaffrey, they use him like a workhorse.
Wait a second. I know what's his name had 90 yards passing this year. Your quarterback Mayfield. So who has all the rest of the catches? You said Mayfield. You said McCaffrey has all the catches then?
I told you McCaffrey.
Oh, wow. Well, then that tells me that the wide receivers aren't getting the job done. That's what I'm looking at.
Okay, so let you know, keep it real. That means on Denver, the wide receivers is not getting the job done.
Quite frankly, yeah. I'd argue that point.
Well, you can argue that point, but all of us saw that travesty of what you wanted to call a game where the coach should have kicked 2 field goals, which would have made Denver win. Well, they were in the red zone area. Yeah. He did not kick it, and then at the end, end up losing.
Well, since you brought up Rich Eisen, who I do respect as someone who knowledgeable about the NFL, talking about Hackett, the coach for the Broncos, I think his words exactly was, you can just throw away the playbook when it comes to Hackett because it ain't working. I mean, that's as clear cut as a disrespect you can say to a coach in his first year. I don't know what Hackett's doing with the Broncos. I mean, they just all over the place, a mess. And it's me, and I agree with Hackett. Rule did not get the job done as the Panthers coach, and I didn't think he should start the season.
Ben McAdoo's not getting the job done because he's not calling the right plays, situational plays. When a quarterback is good at something, that's what you're supposed to lean toward what he's good at when you make your playbook up.
Okay. I can live with that.
It's not happening. But no, you can't live with that because you're blaming the pieces to the puzzle.
Well, Robbie Anderson now traded to the Cardinals, and I do want to say I respect Steve Wilkes in the fact that he didn't play around with it. He traded him the next day. So that just means it was like, I'm not even going to try to work with you. I'm not even going to try to work this out. You got to go. And I respect the coach. That to me, as an owner, to go ahead and make that move that quick, that shows me that the organization is up for winning. So I respect the Panthers more by seeing that move, that the owner had the coach's back.
That made you respect him more.
Yeah, because the owner had the coach's back and immediately made a move. He could have held out and got more for Anderson, but he said he's a cancer to the team. He got to go immediately. So we're going to just take the best offer we can get.
You know what? I guess, being on the outside looking in, you would consider him a cancer.
As somebody who's a Commanders fan, well, I can't say Commanders, ex-Redskin fan, I don't know what this organization is now. And I see our organization doing nothing to try to change ourselves. I respect the Panthers for at least saying, look, we're going to blow it up. McCaffrey, we're going to take offers for him, trade him, whatever it takes.
You call it however you want to call it. I see it the way I see it.
Okay.
I guess you can look at it the same way you looked at it, but I look at it like a person that was that passionate and wanted to win. He was like, you want to win? Get this man off the team.
Like I said,
get this man off the team. He's spewing wanting to win. He's showing so much passion about wanting to win. Get him off the team.
I don't see it that way. I see it as this guy is a cancer to our organization. You had plenty of time to show what you can do. You haven't done it yet. We're going to just ship you out for whatever we can get for you and move forward.
It looked like somebody was having a bad day, coach was having a bad day and he pulled the trigger too fast. You don't get rid of nobody like that.
Now I remember we had this conversation last year with a certain other player, Antonio Brown, which you were all supported. You all supported the fact that the Buccaneers said you got to go. Now Antonio Brown's somebody who actually produces on the field, unlike Robbie Anderson, who has his one game a year.
Steve, once again, Antonio Brown was playing with Tom Brady.
Okay,
he actually had somebody that was throwing the ball to the numbers where he was able to catch the ball and produce.
Okay.
Once again, you're making my point now.
But you supported the Buccaneers for getting rid of him last year, though.
Because from team to team, it's been the same issue. Okay. That's not the same standard when it comes to Robbie Anderson, Steve.
But the bottom line, though,
it's not the same.
Well, it's not the same standard, but it's still the standard is even worse because Antonio Brown has a resume that justifies his actions, not to that extent. But at least you can say the Buccaneers could turn the other cheek and kept him. And quite frankly, probably would have been a Super Bowl team if they would have kept him.
Oh, wait a minute. Robbie Anderson has 206 yards.
I said 206 yards.
How many yards did I say that Moore had?
Had 204. But obviously, neither one of them are getting the job done. Because if you're going into 6 games of the season,
to get the job done,
that's 40 yards a game.
To get the job done, you have to get the ball thrown to you. Well, the passer actually has to hit your hand, Steve. Don't say.
Okay, so what you're telling me now then is that Mayfield's not getting the job done. So either you got to throw somebody on the bus. Who are you throwing on the bus? Are you throwing Anderson or are you throwing Mayfield?
I threw the coach and the offensive coordinator.
Okay, because
you know the limited abilities of the quarterback, and you know what he likes to what plays he's good at. Cater to what he's good at. Go off of the play action. Stop doing. You hand the ball off. This how easy it was. You knew the Panthers were going to hand the ball off twice and then throw on third down. So what they did was they stacked the box. They stopped us from running, and then on third down they blitzed to get a sack. And it was like, you don't see this. I'm sitting there and I'm watching like
with your own eyes.
You got to be able to do something different.
Hey,
they didn't even try to throw on first down, throw a play action, because that's what he's throw a play action in there and try to mix it up so you catch them off guard. They never did it.
Well, as Bill Parcells once said, you are what your record is. And the Panthers right now, speaking of the record, they are what they are. The power rankings came out this week from NFL.com. And guess where the Panthers fell on the rankings?
Here we go.
Dead last. 32 in the league. Listen to me. The Commanders are 2 spots ahead of the Panthers on the NFL.com power rankings. That's how bad the Panthers are right now. The Lions are 4 spots ahead of them.
I can't say anything. We don't have a quarterback.
I mean,
yeah, but I know according to your the logic that you're throwing out there, it's not the quarterback. It's the other people. You can watch the quarterback not get the ball to anybody, and you'll still blame the other people.
Yes, I will. But who's your quarterback this week?
It looks like Sam Darnold is coming back.
Woo! Sam Darnold. Oh, my God.
Hey, you know what, Steve, that's more news. Let's get into some more news.
Oh, we can talk about this all day.
Get off my team, Steve.
I told you. We can talk about this all day because I warned you about the season. I said, as long as Matt Rule's the coach, there's going to be problems.
He's not the coach no more.
Well, it don't matter. He's out of there.
He's out of there.
Even you got, with cancer, you got to keep getting it out of you. You got to keep getting it out of you. He's left a lot of damage.
Okay, and other news.
Owners. Let's talk about owners.
Okay, let's get into the owners.
And the owners meeting this week, Jerry Jones, one of my favorite owners, he decided he wants to play hardball with Robert Kraft. And man, but I say it's a threat.
Uh-oh. I
think the words that he confronted Robert Kraft during the meeting regarding the contract for the commissioner for Goodell.
Oh.
But Jerry Jones has had a long hatred with Goodell. And every time his contract comes up, Jerry Jones has been the one owner to constantly not want to give this man his money. So they had a vote this year to give Goodell a new contract, and the vote was 31-1. Guess who the one owner to vote against Goodell's contract? So I guess Robert Kraft,
Let's get into some more. Let's keep it going.
So
more juicy news.
So Robert Kraft, I guess, confronted him on it, and Jerry Jones says, "You don't want to NSFW with me." You know what that word is, he said, and kind of get in his face. And so those are two power players in the NFL. That's interesting where that's going to go.
Let's talk about your coach.
Yes. Let's talk about my owner before I get to the coach.
My bad. Your owner.
We'll get to the coach in a second.
Your owner threatening people.
He is threatening people, yes. But finally, the owner of the week, Bob Irsay.
Okay.
Bob Irsay is the first owner to have to come out and say, Daniel Snyder must go.
And Daniel Snyder replied, if you mess with me, I got dirt on Goodell.
Bring out the dirt.
I got
do
dirt
whatever it takes
on Jerry Jones. He said, if I go down, heads are going to roll with me.
Well, I take it on because the owners need to do something about him. If it means a little bit of dirt getting out, look, in America today, a little bit of dirt seems to go a long way.
A long
way. So let's bring it on. If he's challenging you like that, tell him to put up or shut up. And so I'm looking forward to seeing where this is going. But finally, we got an owner who has the guts to come out and say what Queen Angeles fans have been saying for 20 years. Daniel Snyder got to go. So
shout out to Christopher Williams on Facebook. Thank you for the love. Everybody like, subscribe, and share.
Thank you. So that's a cleansing that finally the owners are starting maybe get a little bit somewhere as far as moving on.
Let it happen before you say we getting somewhere. Let it happen because right now I hear a lot of talking and nothing happening.
Well, I will say to tie into this, Tennessee that's been trying for the last couple of years to get a dome stadium. The NFL owners had decided to give them $200 million to go towards building this new dome stadium in Nashville. Now, about 4 or 5 months ago, Daniel Snyder asked for $200 million to work on a stadium in Virginia, and the owner said no.
Progress for Tennessee, Daniel Snyder.
Yeah,
Maduda Mutombo. No.
And since you spoke of Mutombo, I want to give a shout out. Hope that he gets better.
Yes, sir.
I know he's been has a pretty serious sickness going on. So Mutombo, one of the classiest guys to ever play in the NBA.
Yes,
done more to try to help others. Than very few players. So
to speak on it, Mutombo was NBA player. I won't give out the exact years because I wouldn't be able to tell you the exact years, but he gave his entire salary to his tribe.
Yes, he did.
To make sure they had good, clean running water there.
Yeah, I mean, I can't speak enough about how much
entire salary, and people from the NBA help this man along, made sure that he was doing commercials to take care of himself while he waited for his NBA pension to kick in.
Absolutely. I mean, I can't speak enough about how much respect I have for him. So
much respect.
So prayers going out. I hope that he comes and gets a full recovery and
yes,
long enough to continue doing the great work that he's been doing.
Yes, sir.
Now, on the other end of the spectrum,
Deshaun
Watson, we got a new accusation. So
they're gonna keep coming, man.
They're gonna keep coming, and then I tell you that when this come out, there's gonna be more and more. The NFL was hesitant with him because there's more women. There's gonna be more accusations. They got a problem on their hands. I mean, they're trying to downplay it, but
it's a storm.
But in about 3 weeks, he's due to come back, and don't be surprised you see a few more accusations just before it's time for him to come back.
Hey, it is what it is.
It's going to be
that Browns have to worry about that headache.
Well, they
got to worry about that.
The NFL got to worry about that headache because this is going to be bigger than just the Browns. Because just like back in the day with Michael Vick, those people, when they come out and start protesting, they're going to be protesting all over.
It is what it is. Everybody feels a certain way about issues. Once a person has done their time, paid their price, it's time to move on. Don't you think so?
No, not in the case of him that he's decided not to just come clean and just move on from it. He wants to hold the line of I'm doing what I'm doing, but I'm being forced to do this. I didn't do anything. That's not going to endear him to the raft is gonna be coming soon.
You know what, Steve? I don't think any players would want you on the players' organization.
Ooh, give me that job.
You a company guy. They would not want you on.
Give me that job. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I'd get it straight. Let me be the president organization. I'd have it straight. You don't want me to have that job, but we'll just close out. We got a couple quarterbacks maybe coming back this week. We got Dak Prescott and Tua
and Sam Darnold
well, I said quarterbacks. Come on now, don't put the why you gonna put Sam Darnold in the same breath as Tua and Dak Prescott?
Every breath you get, you lied at the beginning of the season talking about you wanted to see us do good.
I did,
and we down. You like that bully in on the field that just come over and kick a person when he's down already. We bleeding on the ground and you kicking us.
I'm a Baker Mayfield fan.
Stop it, Mr. Baker Mayfield fan.
And we did almost forget to say something about that. Steve Wilkes came out this week and said Baker Mayfield is not a sure thing to come back as starter. I think his exact words were, "It's a competition." He said this. He said,
"As it should be."
Under my coach, nobody's position is safe. You got to earn your right to be the starter on my team.
And to add to that, the owner came out and said Steve Wilkes would have to do a lot to convince him to be the coach.
Well,
he's carefully looking this time, he said, and he wants to pick right. And Steve would have to do he would have to do something exceptional to even get that gleam in the eye, to even be poised to even look to be our coach for next season.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. I know who you want to be your coach.
He wants an offensive-minded coach, so I don't think Coach Cowher will work.
Okay,
Cowher's defense.
So who are they going to be able to get to come to Carolina and join it in that situation?
You know what? After them messing up and letting Buffalo Bills have the coach that we should have had,
right?
Carolina hasn't had a coach that I was fond of. I had to suffer through John Fox. I had to suffer through Ron Rivera. Now remember, John Fox took us to the Super Bowl too.
I want to say,
and Rivera took us to one. But when John Fox took us, if you remember, see, I'm a diehard Carolina fan. Been there since 94. You know, when we just thought about. He took us there. If you remember, when we first came out, we ran the ball down their throats.
Yeah.
And I don't even want to go into that. That's old memories. I don't want to open up old wounds, and so you can feel here.
Weren't y'all just one field goal away from winning that game?
Yeah, we was.
I mean, you speaking like John Fox did a horrible job. I mean,
he's the coach.
It was a coach. Well, I mean, but he took him to the Super Bowl, and quite frankly, y'all could have easily won that game. So it ain't like Rivera where, they got handed to him.
Well, we got handed to with Rivera because Rivera came in with the same plays we were doing all year long.
My goodness.
He changed nothing up, no schemes, no anything. Our play calls were so predictable.
Man.
They were calling them off in defense, and they knew what to do to stop us.
Yes, they did. And I had Carolina win that game too. So
I did too. I bet the farm on that game.
I know he did. I know you did. So.
I just got my pants back. I had to buy them back from whoever stole them. But Steve, that you know what? You want to talk about last week's games?
Yeah, let's get to the games last week. And I'm going to talk about this thing. Let's talk about this theme. Bad coaching. I've never seen a season where I've seen so much bad coaching in the NFL. I try to reflect back and just think about year after year. Tom Landry's, the Hollises, the Paul Browns, they got to be rolling over in their graves.
My goodness.
Over and over again.
Thank you.
I'll be 4th and 1, 4th and 2, not just going for it, but making horrible play calls going for it. I can live with you going for it if you're going to make at least a solid, decent play.
I can't. This year's NFL is like one big game of Madden.
Yeah.
These coaches, it's first quarter.
Yeah.
It's always been the game plan to put points on the board, right?
Yeah.
For sure, points on the board.
I'm going to call out one of them. Brandon Staley, he went for it on 4th and 2 from his own 35-yard line.
Crazy.
And not only that, he had Herbert go back into like a 10 to 14 step drop back, and then throw the ball out of bounds.
My goodness.
If you know it's 4th and 2, whatever play you got to call, either it has to be a quick run or it got to be a screen, something 1, 2, 3 out.
Obvious.
This guy did a 10, 14 step drop back.
Well, they were trying to fake him out, Steve.
Fake him out what? You know they're gonna blitz. They're gonna try to get to the quarterback. It's a 4th and 2.
Not only they faked them out, they faked themselves.
They faked themselves out. I mean, I've never seen what I've seen in the NFL this year as far as the coaching goes, and so this has been killing my picks because common sense. And speaking of that, let me give a shout out to my sister again. My sister once again.
Another good week.
She tied for first in the most wins this week.
Okay.
And so I gave her a call. I said, well, tell me what's your secret? She said she just picks cities and she goes against players she don't like.
Wow.
I said, maybe this needs to be my strategy too. Maybe I need to just go about doing it this way because maybe logic and actually studying games and thinking about, football, it ain't working for me.
Strategy
it ain't working this year. So maybe I just need to do cities I like and players I don't like.
What I will say is I'm starting to see what's going on. The teams, it's like certain teams want draft picks.
Yeah.
So it seems like they've thrown the towel in early to go for a draft pick. It's no question that Denver had 2 times to kick a field goal. I had to bring this up again.
Right.
And they chose to go for it.
You
have Russell Wilson. Did you have Russell Wilson run the ball? No. You tried to do a pass. Now the pass didn't work the last play, so you tried it the opposite way, and it still didn't work.
I don't. Like I said, I spoke earlier about the Broncos coach. I don't know how he still has a job, but
what about the Ravens coach? Losing to the Giants. What's that about?
Okay, but the Ravens coach has a history. I mean, he has a resume that you can excuse. Don't get me wrong. I had the Ravens to win, so I didn't like it. But the Ravens coach has a resume, so I can give him the benefit of the doubt.
What happened over there at the Steelers game when the Steelers beat Brady? What was really going on over there?
Well, what's going on is that Brady clearly is being affected by this marital situation. He looked like somebody who wanted to be anywhere but at that game on Sunday. I mean, you heard about he's going after the offensive line, cursing them out. Now when this is happening, he's thinking Giselle. And so he's already mad about that. And so he's just cursing them out, thinking it's her. But yeah, there's problems now. I mean, there's some teams now that we got some serious concerns as far as fantasy goes. I got Tom Brady as my quarterback. I got to consider, do I really need to keep him out there? I mean, you think, okay, this week's going to happen. It's going to happen. Russell Wilson's another one. Okay, this is the week. He's going to turn around this week. He's going to turn it around. Nope. So I don't know.
Is there something wrong with him?
Well, I mean, why? Yeah. What's wrong?
But why wouldn't you let him throw the ball? You have Russell Wilson. It has to be something wrong with him. It must be something simple because you signed this man to a
huge contract. I mean, huge contract.
So they must know what's going on.
Like I said, I don't know. I mean, I guess the Broncos are looking, not the Broncos, I mean, the Seahawks are looking pretty good in this transaction.
But it's not just them. We got Aaron Rodgers where we knows nothing's wrong with him. Well, and what happened over there?
Well, was it? Speak for yourself. I know something's wrong with Aaron Rodgers.
26 of 41 attempts, 246 yards and a touchdown.
Not good enough.
Lose to the Jets.
Not good enough.
The Jets
at home. What's that? At home.
So Zach Wilson, I can't even put his performance.
Well,
he threw the ball 18 times, 10 completions, only had 110 yards with no interception and no touchdown, and it was enough.
Because
Mr. Hall went out there and had a 116-yard game on 20 carries and a touchdown, averaging 5.8.
Yeah,
and he did the damn thing.
He did it. I mean, the Jets are one of those teams that we might have to start taking a little serious. They might be some of that. I don't know. This has been a weird season, so
weird season.
Anything's possible.
But no matter it being weird, no matter what's going on, I'm still going to win at the office football pool. Now, what I'm going to tell you guys this. This is an announcement. It won't be this week, but next week, what we're going to do for 2 weeks, if you can beat me and Steve, whoever comes in and beats me and Steve, and we're only going to give away 2 cars, whoever beats us for 2 weeks, we're not going to count all the wins.
Yeah,
it's going to be for 2 weeks. Whoever gets the most win for 2 weeks, we're going to give away a $50 gift card, and we're going to send it to them. We're going to have you call in and congratulate you. That's if you can beat us.
Yeah.
Now, you might beat Steve, because I'm going to show you guys what's going on.
Well, I've been stagnant the last 3 weeks, so I got to turn it around. But no, I feel like I'm due now. This is a time of year with the bye weeks going that the men from the boys stand up. We're gonna find out who really has it.
Okay, for people, if you haven't got in, you can still get in, because like I said, we're gonna have a little side contest next week. Starting next week, we're gonna do 2 weeks, and whoever has the most picks, and we're only giving out 2 gift cards, so 2 people that can beat us over the next 2 weeks, and we're gonna add up the points from next week and the week after that. And whoever has the most wins will get the $50 gift card.
Good. I'm looking forward to it. It's time for me to stand up and talk the talk and walk the walk.
And I'm gonna put up the link right here. If you haven't got in now, that's the link right there. It's at the bottom. It's www.officefootballpool.com/pools.cfm ? And put the whole link down in there.
Why can't they figure out how to do these links now? They to put in 18 million things.
Hey,
I mean, you would think by now they would have found a simpler way to put a link in.
It is for some people.
Yeah, well,
it is. But hey, we're getting there. We're getting there. 1 subscribe at a time. Thank you for watching the show, but please like, subscribe, and share. But we got to get into the new picks for this week. Or is there a game that you wanted to look at again, Steve?
God, I don't know. Let's just get it to it. Do we want to open the lines today? Are we gonna?
I was gonna open the lines today, but we ran a little short on time.
Yeah,
let's do our picks, and then next week when we tell everybody about the game once again. And while we're talking right now, the link is still up there. You can go ahead and put the link in on Facebook, YouTube, and I think we're on Twitch now.
Yes.
Go ahead and put that link in. You can subscribe. It doesn't matter. You won't be in for the season-long one, but you will be in for the next 2 weeks. Not this week, but the week after. Well, this is week 7, so week 8 and week 9. To make it easier for
that sounds good to me.
8 and 9, whoever has the most wins. We're only giving out 2 cards, so the 2 people that can beat us in the next 2 weeks, 2 $50 gift cards, or one per person.
Well, okay, sounds good to me.
If you can get over the top of us.
All right, well, that's not going to happen, but let's get into these picks.
Yes, sir.
Starting with tomorrow's game.
Let's go for the pick of the week.
What's going on with these games? Why can't we get the best games on prime time?
You know what? What I like about us at Blow the Whistle Sports is we're not governed by anyone that keeps our mouth shut. We can say what we want to say.
We're going to say. I mean, I'm going to say it.
And I believe
it's an arrogance. The NFL is so arrogant that they feel us football fans will just watch anything.
No,
they
don't want it to be on on Prime. I believe they wanted to get their national exposure again through a network where they can sell commercial time. See, Prime got the contract because DirecTV has a contract.
Right.
So I don't think the NFL wants Prime to have it. So if you notice, Monday night games haven't been all the best.
No.
But Sunday night games haven't either, because why wouldn't the Bills Kansas City game be in focus?
Exactly. That's been my whole point. You got the NFL got to get out, get their head out of and give the fans what they want. If I come home after a hard, I want to watch the best possible game.
The best one.
I don't want to see, sorry to say this, Commanders at Bears at a Thursday night game.
Hey, that
was painful.
That was really painful, and it was really hard to watch. It looked like two Pee-wee teams playing, and they just throw the ball in the air and everybody just running around in the field.
My goodness.
It didn't even look like a professional game.
It went back like to the 1950s or something. I don't know what I was seeing. It's just hard to watch. But
okay.
Let's go. So this week,
Thursday night football. Saints at Arizona.
This might have been a better game if Drew Brees was still playing for the Saints. You say Drew Brees versus Kyler Murray, but
they need to put Hill in and let him just be the quarterback, man.
Well, I'm hearing what's his name's coming back. They saying God, what's
Winston?
Winston. I forgot his name because he's been out for so long.
Speaking of coach news, Sean Payton. Now, Sean Payton recently came out and said the coaching in Carolina looked interesting. And that he put some other words on it, but it allowed us to think that he was really interested in coaching Carolina.
No.
He recently came out this past week and said he wants to coach the Herbert over there in LA. He wants to coach Herbert. He came out and said that he wants to coach.
Well, it makes sense. Now, if I was Brandon Staley, I'd be a little upset seeing a guy of his stature basically petitioning himself for your job.
It is what it is. He had a year off.
No, I mean
he doesn't like the year off. He wants to be back in the.
The Chargers, of course, is an enticing job. I mean, you're living in LA. You don't got the pressure of having to be the team in town.
Right.
I mean, anything you do is gravy. So I can see. I mean, the Chargers job is a great job to have.
Hey, well, I just brought that up, but we're into these picks of the week, Steve.
Well, we got
Saints at Arizona.
This is a tough one. Saints have been playing above their head. Cards have been playing below their heads. The way this season's going, I'm taking the Cardinals only because the Saints should win, so the Cardinals will win. That's my only logic. There's no other logic to it other than that.
I'm taking the Cardinals. They got Anderson now. He has a weapon, and Mr. Hopkins will be back this week.
Yes.
He has his number one wide receiver, and he has a surefire second receiver. So in fantasy, to people who you better go pick up Robbie. Robbie will be getting the bulk of those touches. Because
now what I'm hearing, they said Robbie Anderson will get very little touches because he don't know the playbook.
Hey, he doesn't need to know the playbook to be wide open because Hopkins is back.
Okay. All right.
I'm taking the Cardinals also. Browns go down there to Baltimore to play Lamar Jackson and them Ravens.
Well, the Ravens had a tough loss last week.
Tough.
The Browns. Oh, yeah.
I'm taking Lamar to take the long wind out of it. I'm taking Mr. Jackson. That's what you call him. Lamar to his friends, Mr. Jackson.
Yeah, I got the Ravens too.
Oh, okay. Tampa Bay rolls into Carolina to face maybe Sam Darnold or maybe our fourth-string quarterback. I don't know.
I mean, this would be a no-brainer, easy pick.
Steve, stop kicking us again, man. Just pick your pick, though. Just make your pick.
I'd almost lean to Carolina because I'm worried about Tom Brady. I'm really concerned. But when your heart's not in it, it don't matter how great you are. But when you don't want to be on that football field, you're a detriment to the whole organization. So I'm still going to take Tampa just because Carolina is that bad.
Let me put my number one on here. I don't care what you say. I'm a diehard. I'm sorry, people. I'm sorry.
Well,
I wouldn't put it on no betting sheet. But you people that be picking on me, calling me for bets, and using my Carolina heart against me, hey, so be it. Let's do this. Let's do this again. Cali Cat Pack, Roaring Riot, hit your boy in the DMs. Let me know how you feel because that Cali Cat Pack moment is coming. It's coming. It's coming soon.
So are you taking Carolina to win?
Yes, sir. I'm taking Carolina to win.
Oh my goodness!
I say Sam Darnold comes in there and Sam Darnold shows everybody the person that he is, that he should have been the whole time. He's coming back renewed.
All right, that's one loss. All right, next game.
Atlanta at Cincinnati.
Man. Okay. Atlanta at Cincinnati. This is another weird game. The Falcons have been looking pretty strong. Mariota, I mean, if I'm a Raider fan, I got to sit here and say, we had this guy on the bench for 2 seasons riding away. Maybe we should have given him more time to play. I don't know.
It's just his time, man. It's just his time.
I don't know. I mean, I must take the Bengals only because they're at home, but don't be surprised if the Falcons win.
I'm taking Joe Burrow as also. Taking him also. And I'm not going to make you wait.
Okay.
We go into the next game, which is Detroit comes in there to Dallas to face Dak. Is Dak coming back? Is he sure he's going to be back this week?
They're saying he's been cleared to play.
I'm taking the Cowboys no matter if Dak or Rush plays. Taking the Cowboys.
I got the Cowboys too, only because the Lions, I don't know what they're doing. But go ahead.
Okay, so we move on to the next game where we go to Jacksonville, where the Giants, the 5-1, who would have thought the 5-1 Giants go to play Jacksonville, the 2-4 Jacksonville? I'm starting to buy into this Giants mojo or mystique, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna go with Saquon and over there, and the Giants go there to Jacksonville and run them over.
I'm not. I'm taking Jacksonville. Giants. I still don't believe in them yet. 5-1.
They 5-1, Steve.
They 5-1, but I think the slide starts this week.
Okay.
Jacksonville with the upset.
This was a coin flip to me. I'm still thinking I'm gonna let Steve pick first on this one.
Go ahead.
The Colts go there to Tennessee to play the Titans.
Yeah, well, the Colts had a strong win last week.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Titans didn't play, so they had 2 weeks to prepare.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take the Titans
drum roll
just because they're at home. Only because they're at home and because Matt Ryan can't show he's going to get 2 weeks together.
Now, he can talk about Matt Ryan all he wants. Just from hearing Steve go at it and see Steve this few hate against Matt Ryan, and I'm saying Matt Ryan's gonna come in there and make you put some respect on his name.
Okay,
I'm taking the Colts over the Titans.
All right, well, hey,
just because Matt Ryan is a better QB than over there at.
He hasn't been the same since that Super Bowl game. He has not been the same.
That was bad coaching too.
Well, bad coaching, yeah.
Horrible coaching.
Horrible coaching.
We're not even gonna go into that.
Don't go into that.
Green Bay going to your team. Washington, they go down there to play the Commanders.
Well, this is a no-brainer. Listen, as much as I hate Aaron Rodgers, I'm taking the Commanders. Aaron Rodgers is in the Tom Brady Bowl. He don't want to be out there. He's not showing any love of the game. He's got the $50 million contract, no commitment to the fan base. As bad as the Commanders are, they're gonna start Taylor Heineke. The great Taylor Heineke.
The difference between
Rodgers
and these other quarterbacks is Rodgers got his money.
Got his money,
and
he's done.
He's gonna go. It's gonna be a Rodgers and Aaron Jones show. That's what it's gonna be.
So you taking the Packers to win?
Yeah, I'm taking the Packers.
Okay,
taking the Packers. Then let's move on down to Denver, where the Jets come to town. The 4-2, who would have thought? The 4-2, the Giants 5-1, the Jets, the Giants, New York, Concrete City, where dreams are made.
Oh my goodness!
You know what my
God, help us, please, dear Lord, help us. I don't know, guys. This is a tough one to pick too, because
I'm taking
the Jets have been playing over their heads. Common sense would tell you the Jets would win. That's why I'm taking the Broncos.
Wait a minute, you take common sense.
Common sense would tell you the Jets would win.
Steve, have you seen Russell Wilson throw a good pass this season?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Common sense would tell you.
Have you seen it?
I have not seen it. And that's why I think the Broncos are going to win. Because the way the season is gone, for some reason, they're going to find a way.
There's no way Russell Wilson can win the game. You know why? Because
they're playing at home.
The team doesn't even have faith in them.
They
don't even let this man throw the ball.
Everything you're saying is absolutely true, and that's why, for some reason, I feel they're going to win. That's just the way the season is gone.
I'm taking the Jets.
Okay.
Texans at the Raiders. Both only one. Or the Texans are still ahead of half a game, but I'm taking the Raiders. They finally take off right now.
This is a coin flip game, but
it's not a coin.
I got to take the Raiders too, only because I don't see what the Texans have.
All right, Seattle gears up to go in there and take the boats. The Chargers in LA.
Ooh. I think the Chargers, this game was kind of one of those games that kind of like gets your season started. They've been underachieving so far this year. Seahawks have been kind of playing above their heads. I didn't see the Seahawks winning more than 2 games all year.
Gino out there, he want that starting job, buddy.
He has a starting job.
Job.
I mean, they've been playing well. I got the Chargers.
Wow. I'm taking the Seahawks to go in there and beat the Chargers.
Okay. Well, we're gonna have some games this week. This week is gonna be the men and the boys.
Hey,
one way or the other.
This is gonna be an interesting game coming up right here.
Go ahead.
The Chiefs go in there to play the 49ers.
I'm gonna call this the Alex Smith game.
You'll call it the Alex Smith game.
This Alex Smith has started for both the Chiefs and the Niners.
But he's not playing for either.
It don't matter. Hey, shout out to Alex Smith, one of the classiest men also ever played the game. We're gonna talk about the McCumbo. Let's talk about Alex Smith too, and how this man came back, showed loyalty to an organization that had no loyalty to him. This man,
that's what you like.
The Commanders tried to kill him, and he stuck through it. Said, I'm gonna get out there one more last time and show what I can do. And left the field. I say a champion. Even though he wasn't a champion, he left the field like a champion. So I'm gonna call it the Alex Smith game. Alex Smith did a lot to help both these organizations.
People. Steve, when he gets caught up on one of his rants,
I'm gonna get on my rants.
He starts feeling it from the heart. Now we all know Alex Smith has nothing to do with neither one of these teams anymore.
Was it? Alex Smith was the one who led the Chiefs to where they are now, and Alex Smith is also the one who led the 49ers to the playoffs, and it was robbed by Kaepernick.
Okay, now let's come back to 22.
Okay.
Who do you pick to win this game?
Oh, come on, this is easy. The Chiefs.
Chiefs. That's unanimous.
Yeah.
We're both taking the Chiefs.
That's a no-brainer there. Come on.
Steelers at the Dolphins. Tua's back.
And Pickett.
Looking good, huh?
Well, is he looking good? Is he?
I don't know if he's looking good because didn't he leave the game with a concussion?
I was going to say, I don't even know if he's even playing. It's a question mark if he's even going to be out there playing. I don't know.
I don't care who's playing. I'm taking Tua.
Yeah, I got Tua too, especially in Miami.
Last game, last but not least, we go to Monday Night Football. They did it to us again.
I mean, come on.
Chicago.
How does Chicago get back-to-back primetime games?
Did they see how they played last week?
But the NFL people had to know the Bears were going to be a bad team. The NFL fans deserve better.
I'm telling you what it is. You think I'm lying?
Bears, Patriots? I understand the Robert Kraft factor.
What channel is it going to be on?
It's going to be on ESPN. Monday Night Football.
It's not. It's going to be on.
No, Amazon Prime. That's the Saints cards.
Exactly.
Yeah, but the Monday Night Football game is going to be on ESPN.
Okay.
So that game should have been a better game. That's what I'm saying. The NFL Monday Night Football is your elite primetime game. You need to give the best matchup every week, and I see about 6 matchups better than Bears Patriots.
They used to flex games. What happened to that?
Well,
they used to flex games.
They ain't flexing nothing these days. All they're doing is giving us mediocre football on prime time.
Kansas City 49ers should have been this game.
Yeah, I can think of 5 other games that are more significant than this game.
Seahawks Chargers should have been this game.
Yeah.
I would even took the Giants playing the Jaguars.
I'd take the Browns Ravens just because of the rivalry. I mean, at least there's a connection to the game. It has something personal. This game is just Bears are going nowhere fast, and then the Patriots. I guess they say Mac Jones might be back this week. That's probably the only.
Mac Jones.
I mean, that alone will give me the game for the Patriots.
Well, people, thank you for tuning in.
Oh, did you make a pick? Bears, Patriots.
I'm taking the Patriots. I thought everybody knew already.
Nah. Did anybody here say a pick?
Oh, my bad.
Okay.
Patriots.
Okay, I'm going to make sure. We documenting this.
You're taking the Bears, right?
No, I got the Patriots.
Oh, okay.
Listen, if the Bears can't beat the Commanders at home, what makes you think they're going to beat the Patriots on the road? Now, mind you saying this, the Bears probably going to end up winning this game just because that's the way the season's gone. But
I don't think so.
If you can't score more than 7 points against the Commanders, who were like begging you to win the game, I mean they were trying every way possible to give you the game.
Every way possible.
Every way possible. I mean, I don't even want to get into it, but yeah, I got the Patriots.
Yes.
On coaching alone.
And like I said, please like, subscribe, and share. Tell a friend, tell somebody about us. Hit us in the comments. Ask us any questions you want to ask, because we'll bring it up on the show. You can call in next week. We'll open the phone lines for sure. I know we said this week, but next week we'll open the phone lines for sure. We need to get that feedback. We need to get that feedback.
You guys all know what it really is, right? He don't want the fans to be coming in and giving him the business about the Panthers. So he's like, let's just keep pushing it back. Maybe we'll win a game some point. Maybe we'll win a game. I gotta at least have us win a game before I had the people call in. So it's okay though. I understand. Listen to me. As someone who used to be a fan of a team, I understand your pain when your team is just god awful.
Well, we can tell by your hat. You just straight NFL.
Straight NFL right now, because I don't have a team. I'm a man without a team.
We see your Theismann jersey behind you.
Once again, that used to be a team. It is no longer. We can't even get Redskin love in the Hall of Fame. We can't even get Redskin love. I mean, they act like the organization never did exist.
Your black uniforms look tight. But thank you again. Like, subscribe, and share, people.
It's more than a uniform, guys. It's about organization. It's about pride in your organization. It's about believing in your team.
We're gonna go out with Steve's rant, but go ahead, keep talking, Steve.
That's it.
We'll see y'all next
week.
Snyder.
Fire Snyder.
I have the link up. You can put the link in. I'm gonna keep it up as we go out.
Snyder must go.
But we will see y'all next week. 7 o'clock Wednesday. Peace.